What's up, guys? I'm talking now. Woo! Hello!
Taco's still in pussy repellent.
All right.
Where's the body?
So let's get back on track. This Chance from Team Ubermensch coming to another deck profile. It's so professional. Yeah, Denny. So as you can tell, Spike Brothers, Rising Nova, all that good. Let's get into it. Gonna start off with the start of the deck. It's a Mega Trainer. You know what he does. Counter Blast 1, retire, grab a grade 1 from the deck, add it to hand.
Conroe.
Really, Conroe, but now I think he's actually better than Conroe was back in the day. You'll see why. So, just for shiggles, we're gonna start off at the grade 1, actually. Play 3 Nyan Rooks. This little kitty cat comes in so, like really in handy. Charge is the name of the game. You want units with charge. Charge. Everything, most things should have charge today. Nyan Rook, if you don't know what it does, when he comes out 11k in charge, and when he leaves the field, gives you 4k power. It sets him a lot of really good plays. We got 4 Stride Fighters, Acrobat Verity. You're playing 4 in the deck. It's a Stride deck. You want to Stride every turn. It's a GB2 deck. Acrobat Verity, and he allows you to search for Rising Nova, which is very important, as you'll see in a second. You play 3 Frog Raiders. Frog Raider is the best grade 1 in the deck. Whenever you place a charge in the same column as him, he restands, retains every power he got the whole turn. He's just really strong. And then we have 4 Perfect Guards, the usual, the staple, 1 SP. We are looking for more SP Kissmark Armor, so you know if you got them, hit me up, Chase, let me know. She unflips damage for you, Perfect Guard. Standard fare.
And she's hot.
And she's really cute. She got tits out this world. Like, wow. So that's a grade 1 and the starter. Pretty straightforward. Next we get into the grade 2s. The thing about Spike Brothers is that you can get really techie with what you play. So my grade 2's a bit wonky. I play 1 Axe Diver. He can come in handy, like a lot. Just to bounce a unit and then call it back, and then you can get more plays off that way, depending on how your field looks at the point in time. But he's not that important because he's a Counter Blast and a Soul Blast, which takes away resources, but he's pretty good.
26.
Play 2 Devil Dom Chemist, aka Dio, if you watch JoJo. Soul Blast 1, increase his power by his power. That includes boosts, that includes triggers. You pass a trigger to him, it's a 10k boost. So he becomes a 22 by himself. If you boost with Frog Raider, he becomes a 26 by himself. In addition, any boost Frog Raider has on it, he can get to extremely high numbers. The highest I've seen for Devil Dio is what we call him. The highest I've seen is 106k, which was effortless, like extremely easy. So Blast when he goes to the bottom of the deck, so he's pretty awesome. Next we got Heave Wheeze. Heave Wheeze is Heave Wheeze. In charge, he gains 10k power. Strong unit, swing for 19. He comes out 24 if you bring him out by your Vanguard skill. Awesome. Wink Killer Misery. She'll put in a lot of work for you, get you some attacks off 50% of the field, these extra attacks. She'll do a lot of work for you. Counter Blast 1 and put a card into the soul whenever she's boosted. Switch your deck for a card, call it to rear, and give it 5k power. You activate charging this way, so your units can tag out and get your effects off cooler. And now, in my opinion, the best grade 2 in the deck, the real workhorse, is a Cobalt Impulse. Cobalt Impulse, whenever he's in charging, he gains the ability to on hit, retire a unit, and draw a card. I abuse the hell out of this guy because I love on-hit effects. I love effects that will go up, block me, or let me plus. He's extremely good. You call him Wing Killer, he comes out 14 in front of a Frog Raider. He's a 21k column by himself, really strong. And you know, drawing cards as a part of an additional effect, fuck you OTTs, is never a bad thing. Drawing cards by itself though, not so much. Now we get into the grade 3s. Now the grade 3s are, you might look at me a little bit weird for what I play for the grade 3s, but it's worth it. So you play 4 Hive Maker. This card is your lifeblood. Hive Maker is probably the grade 3 of the deck. If you don't know what it does, on ride, counterblast 1, soul blast 1, grab a unit with charge from the top of the deck, and then add it to your hand, shuffle your deck. That's on ride. But on rear guard, so we got GB1. If he's in charge, at the end of the battle, counterblast 1, put him on the bottom of the deck. Call a card from your hand, and you can keep your attacks going this way without using up your soul. Next, I played 2 Skydiver. Skydiver he doesn't have charge, unfortunately, but Skydiver, if you can manage to hit something, Skydiver will come in and get you another attack. It'll help build your soul in case you need it for your Miracle Ace turn. He's really good, provides some nice on-hit pressure. And I only play 2 Rising Novas. Even though Rising Nova is your choice ride for the deck, I only play 2 for multiple reasons. One, once you ride him, he essentially becomes stride fodder for the rest of the game. He doesn't have charge, so you can't knock off your abilities. And you really don't want to call him to a rear guard circle because you can't do anything with him. You can't tag him out, you can't get rid of him, he stays there. So I only play 2, which is the reason why we play 4 Verdi and Mechatrain, the Colony Maker, like what? So that way I can, if I get Skydiver or Hive Maker in my hand, but no Rising Nova, I can Mecha Trainer, get the Stride Fodder, call it, reveal one of these guys, grab the Rising Nova, and I can continue my plays from there. It doesn't hurt as bad people might think it does, especially early in the game. It doesn't hurt so much, and you're pretty much guaranteed to ride Nova every turn, unless of course you get crit first drop check and you damage check 2 Rising Novas, in which case you weren't meant to win that game in the first place at all. But that's a great 3 lineup. So far it's worked like a dream, just beautifully. I always get Rising Nova off into the Vanguard circle. It's just perfect. Now we go into the triggers. I play 4 Liar Lips. When I was doing a little bit of research, because yes, I do research for my decks, I did see people playing a lot of, they're only playing 2 or 3 of these guys. I don't see the reason why. I play 4, draws a card, extra 5k to Vanguard, and she fuels your soul cost abilities, which is amazing. She does everything you will want in a deck. She's extremely good. I played 2 Silent Jokers. This is just to unflip damage when I need to. Get some free counterblast going on here. And it's really good for that. Plus, he goes into the soul, fuels your soul abilities. Play 4 Draw Triggers. Draw Triggers and Spike Brothers are amazing because you do use your hand a lot to fuel your effects. So Draw Triggers kind of keep your hand nice and healthy, gives you defensive trigger to hit, it's not a heal. Really good card, and plus you can use her, you can just dump these into soul for like your Wind Killers, for your Rising Nova. You can do it for everything like that. Play 4 heal triggers. Pretty staple.
Not that ugly whore.
I actually want her. Why? Actually, because when you hate the heal trigger, they come in clutch. Like they just come in when except Popcorn Boy. I hate Popcorn Boy now.
Not Agafia. Agafia loved the fuck out of me. Auntie was adorable.
But yeah, you play 4 of these now. 1 for healing. 2 G Gardens are a thing now. You can block these big attacks easier. They make life a lot easier to play 4. And I play 2 stand triggers.
The stand's amazing.
This stand is, as some of my friends would say, the meat. Devil Watch is really good. He has charge ability, so he goes back into the deck, and once he goes back into the deck, he unflips 1, he counter charges 1, and soul charges 1. So he can extend your turns for a long time, and he gains 3k power whenever he attacks or boosts.
He's a 7k.
He's a 7k, yes. So he comes in handy a lot. The triggers are kind of wonky rainbow, but it really works because in this deck, you really don't care what you drive check. If you drive check rear guards, they all have charge, so you can keep your attacks going, especially Hive Makers, Cobalt Impulses, you can keep them going. If you check triggers, you can pass them on to your Frog Raider, and then keep attacks coming. It's really good. This trigger lineup works best for me. A lot of people play like 7 draw triggers, 6 draw triggers, and they don't play the stand triggers. I wind up losing out of defense on that, playing so many draw triggers because they're 5k shields. So I want to have them to go, okay, well, I have to pitch a 5 and another 5 and another 5 to make a 15k shield. So I lose 3 cards from hand, which causes me to bite you in the butt a lot.
Can we talk about how Dark Regular is every fucking
Now we get to the stride deck.
No.
First up is
No,
2
bullshit.
Dampier Lily.
My copycat deck has
She's
nothing.
extremely good. One hit vanguard. I can call it, if she hits, calling the charge Lily from hand to the field, and when it tags out, I draw a card. No downside to this at all. If your opponent's at 1 damage, you really don't want to waste your time going into your heavy units. You want to keep pressure up going. Like, okay, yes, now block this, block this, block this. Dampier Lily is really good for that. Next up we have Super Heavy, Tiger Centurion. He's really good in case you had to commit to the board grade 2 and your charge units are here, but now they can't tag out, they don't get charged. Well, Counter Blast 1, now they all gain the charge ability, and your stride turn is that much more devastating. But if you don't have any charge units, like let's say you're sitting on a Wind Killer Mizu and a Frog Raider, they don't have charge, but they'll gain 2k power to become a 20k column, which is really strong, and you get another column out of the attack. Very, very good. Now we play 2 Great Villain Dirty Pickerel. Dirty Pickerel is an excellent tech card. He you really won't go into him very often because his cost is kind of heavy for Spike Brothers. Counter Blast 2, put a card into the soul and unflip a copy. But his effect is great. Let's say your hand's been decimated, you can use him to just get a full field out of the blue because you will have cards face up in the G zone. And it's really great. You can even just grab a Wind Killer and then keep things going from there if you have 1. He's extremely strong. Then we play 4 Miracle Ace. Miracle Ace is your go-to stride. This is usually the one that will kill your opponent. He's extremely good. Just Counter Blast 1, flip a copy face up. He every time a unit tags out, give a unit 5k power. Usually that'll be Frog Raider for your big turns. Because he will keep stacking power, stacking power, stacking power. And his GB3 skill, whenever your unit tags out, you still blast 2, call a card from hand to the field, which is why you don't really care what you drive check. Because if you drive check a lot of charge units, you can just keep the players going, keep the players going. I found that the deck itself, as you play, it usually fuels your effects to get maybe 4 attacks up using just his skill alone. And if you add up to if you add Hive Maker can get up to like 9-10 attacks up in a turn easily. Each attack progressively larger than the last one. We play 3 Cheerleader Airy. She's a G guard that will almost always go off. Get you a 20k shield. Whenever you have 3 or less rear guards, she just gives you plus 5k shield. Really, really easy. We play Staples. We play Sea Breeze for when your opponent is great like at 2 or they should stay at 2. You punish them for the deck crapping on them. Sea Breeze is staple. Play Dark Elemental Dismal. Dismal is here for protect your Frog Raider, protect your Wind Killer Mystery, protect the unit you don't want to have blown up on the field. If you're playing against like Link Joker or Kagero, Narcom, something like that, you'll protect your units. And if you're playing against Deep Police, they can't break the shield. They can break all your other shields, of course, but they can't break this particular shield, so that might come in handy.
Or save a rear guard.
Just save a rear guard, basically. Like, the breaking shield part is not really necessary. And last up is Metalman Screw.
You're a bunch of grade 3s. That thing is amazing.
Screw is if you have that other Rising Nova in your hand, you have a draw trigger in hand, you need to block this attack. How big is this? 31. Screw will block it. Well, and you just, he's huge. Comes in handy like just this tremendously. The 36k shield, he's amazing. But this is my Rising Nova deck. It's been extremely consistent for me. It is tricky to play because if you don't manage your resources properly, you tend to lose out on a lot of things. But that's just the nature of the deck itself. It's Spike Brothers always. I like this version more than the break ride version because it has more of a window to come back from instead of just taking all the damage and then you win or lose in this break ride turn. But that's the deck. Hope you guys like it. It's 2 movements signing out. Dumbass shit. Dumb.